Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. This is Tea and Therapy. My name is Ems. I am a qualified therapist and trained life coach. And in these videos, I give you what is going on in social media or what is going on in the world of the media and give you that therapeutic perspective and hopefully kind of let you look at it from a real world. So hopefully you can use that to give you some tips and tools to help you navigate life. So if you want to join me in this video, then please do. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe so you do not miss future uploads, then please think about doing so. There is also another channel that I have just started. It's called Just Therapy UK, where if you just solely want therapy, mental health, life coaching related issues to be looked at, then that would be the channel for you, hopefully. So think about joining that. The link to that is in the description box below. So that being said, those of you who've been with me a while, you know what to do by now. Grab your drink of choice, whether it be tea, whether it be coffee, whether it be a cold glass of milk, or maybe you like a milkshake, or whether it is like me, where at the moment you're drinking water or sometimes cherries and berries because your body is a temple, or you would like to add a little something to your drink of choice because, as my flag says behind me, it is 5 o'clock somewhere. So grab your drink and let's dive right in. So hey Bubbles, so this video today is going to be about deflection. And of course, I am always going to use the world of celebrity. And at the moment, it seems to be Harry and Meghan because you ask, I give. And so I thought, let's find something that is about deflection. And what I have seen circulated is that whilst Harry was dating Meghan, allegedly at the beginning, he was also dating somebody called Sarah Ann Macklin, I think her name is. I will put the picture up here so you can see who this is. So in effect, he was cheating because that's what it is when you are seeing somebody and then seeing somebody else. That is cheating. No other word for it. And yeah, so even though this particular relationship did not last very long, he still cheated. And I want to talk a little bit about this because for those of you, when I spoke about what I believed happened with regards to the alleged children, many of you said there's no way Harry would cheat on Meghan because he's absolutely in love with her. So my argument to that is, well, this is a classic example of clearly he wasn't, because he did cheat on her with this person. So if you think that Harry cheated on her with this person, it is not a stretch to think that he potentially cheated on her with others. And this was back in the very beginning, allegedly, when he was supposed to be so enamored with her. Now, obviously, we all know that there was this moment in Skip's wedding when she was not invited, but she turned up. They seemed to be quite heated. He looked very grumpy. So did she. And then all of a sudden, after that, they got back together. And obviously, if you haven't seen my other videos on this, please go and watch them because I do give a reason as to why I believe they got back together and how that happened. As I always reiterate, you have to remember you are dealing with somebody that has, in my opinion, narcissistic personality disorder. And you also have somebody like Harry who is very damaged and probably doesn't have a very good inner therapist, so to speak, telling him what is right or wrong in the world of relationships. Which is why he tends to really mess up any good women he gets with and somehow ends up with somebody that, in my opinion, he's not compatible with. So the reason I want to talk about the deflection side of it is because, as we all know, suddenly at some point, and I think it was quite early on, what was circulating was that Prince William, Prince of Wales, cheated on his now wife, Catherine, Princess of Wales. And so it made me kind of think, I'm someone that I do not believe for one iota of a second that William was unfaithful to Catherine. And I think it was also proven because the person who said that started the rumour said it was just a rumour and none of it was true. But what I find interesting is, did the Harry and Meghan camp, or maybe Meghan, purposely circulate this rumour to deflect from the possibility of it coming out about Harry? So I want to just let you think about that for a minute. We all know, like I've said, that Meghan is a narcissist, and we all know that she will do anything to paint them at that time, or even now, their relation to be the most perfect relationship on the planet. Nobody has ever fell in love like Harry and Meghan are supposedly in love. But like I have also said to you before, when you have somebody with narcissistic personality disorder and you have somebody that is as damaged as Harry, and displaying narcissistic traits, it's too explosive. This is not a couple that would make a healthy, functioning relationship. No matter how much they try and portray that on the surface, it's just never going to happen. And that's why I've always said they're not together. Now, I think initially they obviously were, but I do believe that Harry started to see through her. So what I then think is, like I've always said, is that she had to secure him. She had to, which is interesting given the fact that she apparently found out about, and I will put this up here that I've seen. Whether or not this is true or not, I don't know. And I don't try to get too caught up in anything that might be gossipy, but it does make a lot of sense because, like I've said to you before, I have suspected that it's possible that Archie is the result of possibly Harry stepping out on the relationship. And this can then show you that there is evidence that he is capable of this. And this, like I say, this was back when he was enamored with her. And if you think about it, in Skip's wedding, he didn't want to be with her. And then suddenly he's with her, which makes me think, like I've said before, that did she say to him, I'm pregnant? Because you have to then look at what are the reasons why somebody would get back with somebody, especially if they don't really love the person. Because I don't know if I think Harry is actually capable of love at this moment, because he doesn't really understand what real love is. Which is why when he's, like I say, when he's had relationships with good women who have probably the potential of really loving him in a healthy way, he doesn't know how to deal with that. So of course it makes sense that he will go with somebody that is slightly dysfunctional, because in my opinion, he almost wanted a dominant woman who can look after him and tell him what to do. And then not only that, he also wanted, I think, like a mother figure. And of course, Meghan comes in and portrays herself as this, and that's why he got caught up with her. The reality then would have kicked in, and Harry was also known as somebody that was a bit of a player. He didn't want to settle down, but all of a sudden he then settles down and he's engaged. Well, you have to ask why. And of course, people on their side is going to be, oh, because they were so in love together, but I don't believe they were. So I do think that something was said and done to ensnare him in a sense. Now, I'm not saying that Harry's a hapless victim, because he's not. He obviously went along with it for whatever reason, and then, well, the rest is history. But I do believe that with deflection, which I'll put up here, how we deflect is when something is going on with us and we don't want people to see it, we then deflect and point the finger somewhere else. Well, that's classic, isn't it? Because all of a sudden this whole thing escalated with William cheating on Catherine. And I think there was I think a lot of you do also believe that potentially come from Meghan's PR team. And I also believe that a lot of that would have been a slight because William saw through her. Catherine probably gave her a bit more of a benefit of a chance, because Catherine seems like a very warm, kind person, hence why she goes round to give her flowers after Meghan upsets her to try and smooth things out. But I think William got her number very quickly and was like, you know what, this is not okay. And because Meghan couldn't enamor him, because that's how narcissists, especially females, narcissists think, is that they think that every man on the planet fancies them. Every man on the planet wants and desires them. And William refuted her. William was probably the one that said, no, there's just something off about her. I don't like her. And obviously then there's the thing that happened in the alleged thing that happened in the kitchen, where he apparently went around to see Harry and said that she was rude and this, that and the other. And then Harry threw a tantrum, and apparently William supposedly punched him, which I don't believe. I think Harry was probably the other way around. And then Harry lost his necklace and threw himself on the dog bowl. Anyway. So that's what I think happened. I think that there was this deflection going on to move away from the fact that Harry is actually unfaithful. And think that if he's done it once, he will do it again. People who behave this way generally keep doing it. And at the time, Meghan would have had to make sure that she secured him. Because at that point, in the beginning, she hadn't. And that's why I believe, and if you look at this, like I say, I've put this up, this comment that was made by somebody. It says that she said that Harry had got her pregnant. And that is why I believe this goes to what I've said before, that in Skip's wedding around that time, she lied. And I think that's what has happened. I think she tried to get the sisters involved, the cousins involved, sorry. It looks like she went to tell them, apparently. Now, I don't know if that bit's true, because what's also interesting is that when Fergie was spoken to about Meghan, bearing in mind that Meghan and Harry both said they went round for tea, that apparently Fergie helped her curtsy, that suddenly Fergie's saying, I don't really know her. I've never really met her. So is that another lie from them? Possibly. And that also seems a bit odd, given the fact that Meghan has also said that wasn't she friends with one of the sisters? I forget which one. But wasn't she in the interview, I think the engagement interview, she said that she was friends with one of them. But weirdly, didn't know who Harry was. So, which is it? Because I don't really think you can be friends with a member of the royal family and not really know who Prince Harry is. Or have books on his mother, not really know who Harry is. But anyway, I digress. So yeah, so that's what I think. I think that deflection happened. And if you think about this in the real world, as I always like to give it that real world spin of looking at it so you can look at things. Has there been any time in your life that something has been kind of going on for you and you don't want people to notice, so you then kind of deflect onto something else? But also as well, we also can do this in our own, like if something is like trauma, like we're going through something is happening to our body, we are feeling upset, or we're struggling to deal with the death of somebody, for example, or something has happened. What we can also do is deflect from that and keep ourselves busy. Like for example, if you have a bad relationship, rather than focus on that, you then move into another relationship. You will do things to deflect and distract from whatever it is that you're feeling. You will also then maybe talk to somebody about their problems. I don't want to focus on myself, so I'll continually talk to you about your problems rather than look at myself. So we can all do this a lot in our real lives. And obviously this is not about being on social media or being in the media spotlight as Harry and Meghan are. So that is a bigger version. But I genuinely do believe that situation that was put out about William and Catherine was to deflect from Harry being unfaithful. And like I said, this then goes to the fact that I've said he's capable of this. So it's very conceivable that he's got somebody pregnant. Now, and I will reiterate again, we also have to look at the fact of how he speaks about women in his book, how he has treated animals in the past. There is evidence we've seen in the polo matches. I always think you have to look at a person and how they treat animals, how they treat other people. He openly talks about plying women with drink, and I will bang on about this because nobody else is picking up on it, and it angers me that this has just been sidelined because of everything else that they bring to the table. But he talks about plying women with drink. He brought up his first sexual encounter, not even thinking about how this would affect the woman that he actually had sexual relations with in the back of the pub, knowing that the media were probably going to try and find her, forcing her to come out to give her version of the story. This is a person, a man, who does not have any respect for women. And I will even include his own mother in that. I know it was horrible what he went through, but the way he continually uses his mother's death as a means to garner sympathy, and reiterating about, you know, the funeral, and everyone then going back to thinking about this little boy that was walking behind, again, forgetting that William was even struggling with loss at the same time. He has no respect. So it is not a far stretch to think that he has dabbled outside, and the rumours, I'm sorry, but, and okay, yes, they might be rumours, but somebody has come out and said there was a situation in Australia and there was a situation, I think, over here or somewhere else that, and I think there is even an incident that's possibly happened that I've seen and I've been sent information on that happened to do with Better Up. If he is capable of something like this, then it's also conceivable to think that it's possible that he got somebody pregnant. And of course, the royal family would want to keep it quiet. Now, I know a lot of you still want to believe the surrogacy rumours, but like I have always said, there is no shame in surrogacy. And I do not believe for 1 second that if the two of them had gone to the Queen and said, Meghan can't have children, we would like to use a surrogate, that the Queen would have said, no, sorry, you can't. Now, okay, I know some of you have said that possibly it's because she wanted the child in the line of succession. Yes, that could conceivably be true. But what I'm also now hearing is, and I have tried to look for it myself, I cannot find, and please send it to me if somebody can find it, I cannot find any evidence that states for a child to be in the line of succession, they have to be born of her body, as in like the royal woman. I can't find anything. I have looked on the royal website, I have looked everywhere, and I can't see it. So has something been changed? And if that's the case, then that might also then mean that if these children are of Harry's DNA, but they have been born of somebody's body, that they then go on the royal website. I don't know. I'm just kind of guessing that bit. But if somebody can find the evidence, please send it to me, or at least give me a link to point me in the right direction in the comments below, because I can't find it. And I do try to look for facts on things. Now, I have certainly researched a little bit about Harry's behaviour, and like I say, this is someone who did naked billiards with, and just he's got a very, very questionable past. And so, you know, there are no rumours of William mistreating women. Nothing. But we have that about Harry. Why? Is it possible that somebody was paid off? Don't know. But like I say, I think there is a lot of deflection going on with Harry and Meghan. And I know that most of you know this, but I wanted to just point this out because a lot of you said there's no way he could have been unfaithful to Meghan. Well, here we have categoric proof that he was unfaithful to Meghan. So let me know what you think in the comments, guys. Now, I want to say thank you to those of you who have joined up my Just Therapy channel. Thank you. So please help me get to my first 1,000 subscribers. I do feel like I'm always asking you to help me, but there we go. So please, this is just going to be for anything therapy related, mental health related, life coaching related, tips and advice. And I'm always asking you guys, give me something in the comments. I've had so many people already saying, please could you do this, please could you do that, and I absolutely will. My first topic is I'm going to go through all of the narcissism aspects again, and I'm going to redo those and put them over there, because that way then this channel will just be what it is, and then that is going to be solely about therapy, mental health and life coaching. So if you want to get some tips and tools for that, then please go across and check that channel out and subscribe. Thank you to all of you who have been supporting my son as well. I really do appreciate it, and so does he. He is working at the moment, so he's trying to save money to come back to England, which he's hoping to come back in May. So I will hopefully get him on camera and we will do a video together here. I'm so excited. So at the minute he's not doing as many videos on his channel because he's obviously working to save up, because it's not that cheap to fly back from Australia. So bless his little heart. What else? So anything that you need, if you want to email me, if you want any links to anything, they are all in the description box of this video. If you go to the end of this video, you will see a link to my new channel. You will see a link to my son's channel. So you just click on those and they will take you straight there. And that way then you can subscribe and watch the videos if you so choose. What else? If you would like to treat me to a cuppa, that would be very much appreciated. And again, the link is either here or it is just above the subscribe button, where you can also then click to the left, I think, if you want to become a member. You can also be a Patreon, where you could even just do $1, you know. But to be honest, like I said, I understand times are hard. Always look after yourself first. It is not necessary for you to join up as a member. It's just a little something extra if you want to say thank you and support. But to be honest, you watching my videos, subscribing to my channel is thanks enough. So please don't feel that you have to do that. You don't. I want you to always look after you first and foremost. For those of you also who keep asking about Arthur, yes, he is here. Unfortunately, a lot of the time now when I do my videos, they are in my new office, so you don't get to see him. But every now and again, I will tag a little video, and I might do that today. I'll tag a little video on the end here so you get to see Arthur. And I am sorry that you do miss him and you don't see him as much. I promise you, I will try and sort this out a little bit more, where I do the odd channel, maybe back in my bedroom, so you can see him. So next week I am away. I'm going to back to Glastonbury, which I love. I'm seeing two of my lovely friends. We do this kind of, as you know, we did this before, so I will probably do a couple of videos while I'm there, but I will be a little bit quieter, so I'm having some much needed time away. So I know that you will all respect that. Of course you will. Good news, I have spoken to my friend, and so I will be going to the coronation, well, or thereabouts. And I will hopefully do some interviews of people if they want to come on the camera. So yeah, so we have all lots of things to look forward to. So as always, thank you so much for all that you do to support me. It really, really means so much to me. And if you have joined up as a member, I will be doing all of those when I come back. If I have missed you and I have not put you up on the member board, please tell me in the comments below. I know a couple of you have already told me, but for some reason I did not screenshot the names of the people that said that their names haven't gone up. So please, if you watch this and I haven't responded, or I haven't put your name up, please do it again. I am sorry that I've forgotten you, and I will add you when I come back off holiday. I will sort out all of the new members and put you up there. But in the meantime, have a wonderful weekend, whatever you are doing, and I will see you very soon in the next video. So take care, Bubble family. I love you, I appreciate you, but most of all, I respect you. Bye.